there everyone, thanks to my new subscribers and to my old subscribers. So tonight I'm going to do how does he/she feel about you, pick a card using clairvoyance. So you choose a number 1 or 2, but I'm going to use a couple of trinkets as well. The description, not the description, but the timestamps are in the description box below. So this one's the bear, which is number 1, and this one's the cow, which is number 2. So you choose a pile. Start with the bear. Just as a reminder, this is how does he/she feel about you, pick a card. Of course, if this reading resonates, please like, share, subscribe and comment. If you would like a personal reading, my details are in the description box below with a link to my website and to my Fiverr account. My website is a PayPal service, so you can send me the funds with a message or you can email me. The other service I have is a Fiverr account, which is a service facility, and you need your Facebook details or your Google details to log into that facility. Back to the reading. I get this strong impression that your person's in a place with rolling hills. So your person goes to the countryside, I feel. Kind of gives me the impression they've had a lot of ups and downs also in their career. That's the impression I get too. Their career is important to them though, but they experience a lot of troughs in their career. If you don't know where your person is at the present time, I feel that they really enjoy being outdoors at the moment or in nature. You always find them out in nature. That's one thing you do find. That's one place you do find your person. Looking at trees, looking at the grass, looking at greenery. That's something that's big focus of theirs, actually. And if you're in a winter wonderland, that's not really possible at this time. So if usually you live in a winter wonderland, I feel they've escaped to the summer, to a summery area, just presently, where they can appreciate a bit of warmth, especially over the break. So I feel your relationship was quite fresh, but it's gone through ups and downs. Something about your relationship was tarnished though. I feel that you feel it's been tarnished. That's your impression. Because sometimes you get a very blank feeling within you, like of despondency or something, where you think about this tarnish but it's not so obvious to you, and you think how it makes sense to you, but then you're not quite sure because you really focus on the purity of your connection and you believed in the purity of your connection. I get the impression that your person's into gambling or will be around a casino or something also. It's a real focus of theirs actually. They must enjoy blackjack or something because I always think about the cards. Funnily enough, because I said that, I get the impression that they're also thinking about seeing a tarot reader about you, just to get in, to gauge what's going on. But I feel a part of you feels they have ruined this relationship. And I feel it in relation to a connection with somebody else, actually. Like, you know, they should be focusing on you when you're alone, but you feel that they're distracted. I do get the impression they want to grow something very stable with you, though. That doesn't seem to be a problem. Maybe it's their narcissism. At some point in their life, they've been very narcissistic. And sometimes now they even look in the mirror and they think about their looks. But I don't think it's something they really focus on anymore. Some of your people wear like something red, like a bandana, a red bandana. I think it's more with the male set though. So it must be hot where they are, just at the moment. The feelings towards you are quite nice, actually. Very light feelings of love. It gives me the impression of teenage love. But they're also a person that has sex on the brain, so they're a funny mix. They need to tap into those light feelings of love. I feel that they want to give you something, but show their affection for you. And that's what I think that's the extent of the light feelings of love. It's like they feel these emotions and they give something to their person. Sometimes they get that idea in their heads. But I feel mostly this is about stability for them, stability in a relationship. They feel that you've already had a lot of ups and downs. They feel like you have had emotional type arguments. Maybe in the 5D, they feel that you've been arguing in the 5D. But in the 3D, they seem to be away from you. I also get the coldness in them. Something about their demeanour freezes over. It's a real struggle. But there's a purity of heart about this person. It must be a real struggle to be in an emotional connection with this person because you never quite know where they're coming from. They can be sunny and bright and very stable, emotionally stable, and then they can be very cold and disinterested and detached. It's very hard. And that's why this relationship or this connection has been tarnished. Plus, I feel that there's been some time because the dust has settled. The dust has settled on this relationship, but they want to refresh it. They want a new beginning with you. Fresh new beginning. So this is the bear. I'm just going to see what the cards have said. How does he/she feel about you? Yeah, see the chick being hatched? They want a new beginning with you. I want to make this happen. There's a cold side. Cold side to their character. The deathly Hallows. And they're definitely in a sunny spot. You can see the sun there above their heads. But they're thinking over your relationship a lot. They really do want to come in and conjure something with you, look after you. You can see the red bandana on this one. Definitely wear a red bandana or something. Very sharp mind, a little bit this is the challenge. See, they're very sharp in the mind. They can be very, very forthright, but in terms of love, their emotions shut down quite regularly, and that's how your connection becomes tarnished. But I feel they're trying to find that balance because you are the beauty in their life. You are the baby. You are their baby. They are at a distance to you, so they're trying to decide how to get their baby, and by the looks of this bear, they get their baby by giving their baby a bear. So they're thinking of giving you something. That's the impression I get here. So you're their little chick. They feel very strong. Like sometimes they go through these funny episodes where they're very assertive and very strong-willed, and then they're very sharp in the mind and very decisive, and they'll suddenly end your association and tarnish it, or say something very sharp and hurtful. And then they'll think about it more and they'll do their love dance. But their emotions can be very cool, can be very calculating. But they have this softer side which loves you very much. So it's difficult. I feel, because you have Hades here, they're nearly at a stage where they're at their new, where they're about to begin again and find their balance in life. And that's what you've got to wait for. Because you are a focus here. They're just trying to work out how to conjure you back in their life. But the challenge is definitely the logical side to this person. They're thinking over you a lot, actually. You're probably the only person they do think about. But it's difficult. The difficulty is the separation, the lack of communication, the side to them which tarnishes your association, which is quite loving, quite energetic, and very electric. There's an electricity between you. And I feel the softness is mostly on your side but not on theirs. But I also feel that they need to go through a rebirth of self. And once they go through that and they find their balance, then they will fly back to you. They're going to return because that's on their mind. It's always on their mind. Because they want a devotional relationship with you into the future. They're very defensive at the moment, but it's only because they know they're going through a transition. But this is a transition that has to happen so that they can be the person they need to be for you. I don't think, because they have this cold and logical side, they really have to start tapping into that softness, that protection. They're very protective, but they're also very defensive, and that's a big problem in the connection. But they're flying back to you. They're just sunning themselves at the moment. They're thinking about how it is they can express themselves to a person. Okay, so that was deck 1. If this reading resonated, please like, share, subscribe and comment. If you would like a personal reading, my details are in the description box below with a link to my website and to my Fiverr account. My website is a PayPal service, so you can send me the funds with a message or you can email me. And my Fiverr account is a service facility, so you need your Facebook details or your Google details to log into that facility. So this is deck 2, the cow. First I'll do a clairvoyant reading and then I'll flip the cards. I feel this person watches you all the time. They must be in the same vicinity or they're watching you online, which is very similar. I feel it's more like a physical presence actually, because they're thinking about their devotion towards you. I feel this person has beautiful eyes. And it's funny because I feel this is like a person from your past. I don't feel this is a person in your present. But it feels to me that in the past they were very committed to you or showed that they liked you a lot. I feel that this person's very angelic, has a very soft nature, kind of a very laissez-faire nature actually. They just go with it. They love everything outdoorsy. I feel in the past some clouds have descended on your person, but they seem to have found a better day for themselves. I feel they're thinking about a new relationship actually, or forming a new relationship. I don't feel it's something that is actually something that's come to fruition. It's just something they think about doing, because it's been a while since you both communicated. I wouldn't be surprised if this is somebody you think about, but also if it's a more physical relationship, then you feel they're watching you all the time, or they look at you, or you catch them looking at you. Because they really do, they really are struck by your beauty and your presence. I feel they've developed a very strong loyalty towards you and feel protective towards you. I feel they are very successful, but they're not very open about their success, even though they've fallen on hard times now and again. Seems to me they're a very modest person, very modest about their success. And I get the impression they don't really go out a lot. They're a little bit introverted, like they like to socialize. They do engage with people, but they don't like to show off. They don't like doing that at all. I feel they do a lot of things, something with their hands actually, something very distinct. Could be just somebody that uses a pen to write with, but these days it's not such a common thing that people do. But maybe this is a person that enjoys buying expensive pens, and or they like calligraphy. That's big too. I feel this person, this is a little bit of a side piece of information, but they like Egyptian history. And that wouldn't apply to everybody. That's a very particular thing to like. But that's just what I picked up. So maybe, you know, you can comment if you know something about your person in that respect. There's some connection there where they enjoy that. Something about Egyptian history is something they enjoy, but they're also very religious, or they have a strong faith. I feel they're a very grounded person, so I don't feel they travel around a lot. They could have an inclination to travel, but they're really stuck in their ways and they don't really get out all that much. They don't get out at all. They'd like to do things. They'd like to get out. But I feel their work keeps them pretty grounded, or their family commitments, something like that. I feel they think about how like it was a fresh relationship, in the respect that you knew one another for a short amount of time, but it developed into something quite devotional. With a cow here, there's always a mother in the mix, always. An officious mother. They're like chalk and cheese in a respect, meaning you're not the same in a lot of different aspects of your life. You kind of take an interest in different things, and you may even do a different type of job to one another. And I think it's something they think about, actually. They must have sensitive eyes, because their eyes are quite beautiful, and I feel that their eyes need protection, a lot of protection. So we'll just see what the cards have said. So this is the cow, number 2. So we have Typhon, anger, rage. We have Hermes, communication. We have Garuda, travel. So this tells me that they do want to consider traveling. It's something they think about a lot. And that's something they could do into the future. But I feel that in the past they've gone through something that's made them really angry, or they've come up against a pretty strong enemy. But I feel that your person just turned away from whoever this person was, and got on with things, because they have a laissez-faire attitude. And you can see with that, whatever it is, blowing in the wind, that they're pretty easy breezy. They're always looking out for a new opportunity. maybe they suffered some anger in the past over what happened, but they've since resolved those issues and they've healed. But also it emphasizes that this person uses their hands particularly for communication purposes, because it's like Hermes. Now that doesn't mean hand, but it's like, to me it's like hand communication. But it's funny because he's standing there, he has his wings on his feet and he has his wings on his helmet, but he's very much stuck to that column, you know? It's like he has all these ideas to fly away, but he's not doing anything about it. It's like it's something he wants to do, something he thinks about doing, something he or she, I should say. I just see the gods and I start saying he. But this person, starts thinking about getting away, but never quite makes it. Into the future, it's a real possibility they could go away. But I also feel that this person definitely has striking eyes. You can see the eyes on this beast. Very prominent, very sensitive eyes, need a lot of protection. Something has really enraged them in the past. And they're always watching you. This one's watching you. This one's watching you even though they're flying away or about to. So they're always looking out for you. But they also have this, they must have had an anger issue in the past over something. Because that's what the card shows. But also you see how this mother cow sits on the pile. But these are relatively strong men, particularly this one. So I also feel the mother can be quite outrageous in her mannerism, quite controlling. So I feel they are returning to you here. They are returning. They do want to communicate with you. their anger issues must have been a real problem in the past. Maybe they want to see you before they go. You know? Or communicate with you about what they're doing. I don't feel they'll move on easily because they're still watching you, you know? Everywhere they go, they're still watching you. So that gives me the feel that they watch you in a physical capacity, they're very devoted to you, or they watch you on social media, or they still think about you constantly. Because I feel you've helped them overcome their anger issues, and that's why they're so fascinated by you, very fascinated by you. Yeah, so it seems to me that you might hear from this person soon, because they are very devoted to you. They're starting to realize something about the healing journey that you've helped them with, and that's why they want to communicate with you, because they're starting to recognize that you helped them heal. See what the back of the pile says. Yeah, renewal. So you've helped them heal. You rescued them from a dire fate by the looks of things. So that's why they're so fascinated by you, because they're starting to think now how it is you've contributed to their life. Okay, so that was deck 2. If this reading resonates, please like, share, subscribe and comment. If you would like a personal reading, my details are in the description box below with a link to my website and to my Fiverr account. My website is a PayPal service, so you can send me the funds with a message or you can email me. My Fiverr account is a service facility, so you can log into that facility with your Google account or your Facebook account. I think that's all. See you next time.